Introduction. Egyptian mummies are one of the most fascinating artifacts of ancient Egypt that have captured the imagination of people for centuries. They have been the subject of numerous books, movies, and documentaries, and have been studied extensively by archaeologists and scientists. In this essay, we will explore the history of Egyptian mummies, their cultural significance, the techniques used in their creation, and their scientific value. The history of Egyptian mummies. Mummification, the process of preserving the body after death, was a central feature of ancient Egyptian culture. It is believed that the earliest mummies were created around 3500 BC, during the pre-dynastic period. At this time, mummification was reserved for the elite members of society, such as pharaohs and their families. Over time, the process of mummification became more elaborate and complex. During the Old Kingdom 2686 to 2181 BC, the organs of the deceased were removed and placed in canopic jars, which were then buried alongside the mummy. The brain was also removed through the nose using a hook-like tool, as it was believed to be of no importance to the afterlife. During the Middle Kingdom 2055 to 1650 BC, mummification became more widespread, and more people from different social classes were able to afford it. By the New Kingdom 1550 to 1070 BC, mummification had become an established practice for all Egyptians who could afford it. The techniques of mummification. Mummification was a complex process that required specialized knowledge and skills. The process took approximately 70 days to complete and involved several steps. First, the body was washed and purified with water from the Nile River. Next, the brain was removed through the nose using a hook-like tool, and the organs were removed and placed in canopic jars. The heart was left in place, as it was believed to be the seat of the soul. The body was then covered in natron, a type of salt that helped to dry out the tissues and prevent decay. After several weeks, the natron was removed, and the body was wrapped in linen bandages. Amulets and other religious items were placed within the wrappings to provide protection and guidance for the deceased in the afterlife. The final step in the mummification process was the placement of the mummy in a sarcophagus or coffin, which was often decorated with religious texts and images. Cultural significance. Mummification played a significant role in ancient Egyptian religion and culture. It was believed that the preservation of the body was necessary for the soul to reach the afterlife and that the body would be resurrected in the afterlife. Mummification was also associated with the belief in the power of the pharaoh. It was believed that the pharaoh was a god on earth and that his body had to be preserved so that he could continue to rule in the afterlife. The process of mummification was also a way for Egyptians to express their love and respect for the deceased. It was a way to honor their memory and ensure that they would be remembered for generations to come. Scientific value. In addition to their cultural significance, Egyptian mummies have also been studied extensively by scientists and archaeologists. Mummies provide a wealth of information about ancient Egyptian life, including their diet, health, and daily habits. Scientists have been able to analyze the tissues and bones of mummies to determine the types of diseases and injuries that afflicted ancient Egyptians. They have also been able to study the genetics of mummies to learn more about ancient Egyptian ancestry and migration patterns. Mummies have also provided insight into ancient Egyptian funerary practices and the types of religious beliefs that were held by ancient Egyptians. Like this video, please subscribe. Thank you.